In addition, our harbor has been closed to incoming ships. Again, a safety and precautionary measure, but I want to underscore, we have not received any credible threats, have not confirmed any threats against the city of Los Angeles at this time. And finally, anticipating the question, I have been in touch with Mayor Jim Hahn, who's in Washington, D.C. this morning. He has been fully briefed and apprised of all the activities this morning and is fully aware of what's going on. At this point in time, I'd like to call forward our Fire Chief, Chief Bamatri.
Good morning. I'd also like to reassure the citizens of Los Angeles that the fire department has taken effective measures to ensure that we have sufficient resources. We've augmented our resources by about 1/3, and in fact, we're experiencing normal incident level at this time. I think it's important for all of us to focus on now the aftermath of what we've seen happen this morning and how we can lend our support both here locally and nationally. We do have a urban search and rescue team that has been activated. It's in the process of deploying. They will be flying to New York to assist in the response there. That team consists of 64 members, and they will be there probably for about a week. There are 27 teams nationally, and I'm sure other teams have been activated also to lend assistance to New York. Locally, we will be providing assistance out at the airport to those passengers and those travelers that have been impacted by the closure of the flights there, and we'll be dealing with those the aftermath of the problems associated with the closure of the airport. So again, all resources are available. We have taken preparedness precautions, and as far as being able to meet the needs, we see that being no problem at this time.
Thank you, Chief. Finally, I'd like to call forward the General Manager of our Emergency Preparedness Department and the Director of the Emergency Operations Center, Mr. Ellis Stanley.
Thank you indeed. This is a tragic day for America, and it's important that we do what we can as citizens. And the American Red Cross is one way that all citizens can give by giving blood. Contact your local Red Cross and give blood if you can. It's important also to know that we are in liaison with all of our counterparts, city, county, private sector, federal and state government, and that any consequences that we may have, we are prepared to deal with them. It really is a tragic day for America, and it's important that you and the citizens of this great city understand that we do have a strong preparedness program and that we're working together to make sure that anything that happens, we're prepared to deal with it.
Before we open it up to questions, I did want to make a brief statement in Spanish for the benefit of the Spanish language media and residents of the city of Los Angeles. Buenos días y muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos esta mañana. Queríamos hacer un anuncio poco después de una junta que tuvimos esta mañana con los gerentes de todos los departamentos.
You are watching a press conference live from LA City Hall East. We heard from a number of people, including Alex Padilla, who is speaking right now in Spanish. He is the acting mayor because Mayor Jim Hahn is in Washington, D.C. Most importantly, he said, and he made a plea to all citizens of Los Angeles to be aware and be sensitive to the heightened security measures that are in place right now across the city of Los Angeles. Be prepared to show your ID. Be prepared to answer for whatever your business might be. In determining where you are and what you are doing, be prepared and be aware. The good news is, as Police Bernard Parks said, that the city of Los Angeles right now is safe. There have been no reports of any threats against this city. However, we are on heightened alert. People have been deployed, officers deployed throughout the city to ensure the safety of buildings that may be a potential targets. And because of these emergency concerns, they've established an emergency hotline where you can get updates on the situation across the city of Los Angeles. I'll read that hotline number to you right now, and eventually we'll have that for you on our website and on our full screen. It's 888-356-4661. 888-356-4661. That is a hotline that they will continually update to make you aware of any emergency concerns across the city of Los Angeles. We'll make that number available for you, and you can find it across the bottom of our screen, the screen that you're looking at right now. In the meantime, We have other information that we want to let you know about. There has been a plea by Ellis, the gentleman that you saw right there. He asked for folks to please donate blood to the Red Cross. That would be another thing that we need to be very concerned with. A blood shortage has been quite severe this summer, and because of this tragedy, there is going to be a heightened need for it across the country. Also, the LA Fire Chief, William Bamatre, said that we have sent an urban search and rescue team from Los Angeles. It's a 64-member crew. They're headed to New York to help in the efforts to save the folks who may be in the rubble and in the disaster area in New York. These are all live statements coming from downtown, East City Hall, and also we are anticipating a couple of more live press conferences for you. Sheriff Lee Baca will be joining us from the LA County Emergency Operations Center in East LA. He's going to be coming up in a matter of just a few minutes. Also, we anticipate hearing Mayor Jim Hahn live from Washington, D.C. He is hoped to join us sometime around the noon hour, and we'll bring that to you live, as well as Governor Gray Davis. We anticipate that he's going to join us as well from the state capitol in Sacramento. So all these are coming your way in a matter of just a few minutes to get you up to date on the situation right here in Southern California and throughout the state of California. We also are going to take this time to quickly alert you on a number of closings, a number of situations you need to be aware of that will definitely affect your life today. First of all, just broadly, I'll tell you that a number of businesses are shut down right now. That means not only businesses downtown like City Hall, etc., but also shopping malls have been closed. You're not going to do a whole lot of shopping. When it comes to your transportation, you're going to find some of the exits around LAX to be closed completely for security measures. LAX has been shut down and evacuated. It's going to be slow going for you to get around the LAX area that's off of the 105 freeway and the 405 freeway. If you're anticipating and doing any kind of a recreation tonight, a number of things have been canceled, including the LA County Fair. Shows have been canceled. Madonna has canceled her show. The Lion King canceled. Vagina Monologues, Kiss Me Kate, a number of shows across Southern California. Cal State University campuses have been closed. That's some 350,000 students throughout the state of California. All campuses have been closed today. LAUSD is in session right now, is in progress. Teachers and students are at school today. However, if your child or student goes to La Cañada High School, La Cañada High School has been closed today. A number of other places right now. Let me look over my notes real quickly. LA County Fair, I said that. Museum of Tolerance is closed. All the local airports are shut down. Universal Studios, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, all the amusement parks, Six Flags, Magic Mountain, they have been shut down as well. It's going to be tough for you to find places that are in fact open as a security measure, and a lot of folks want to stay home and just sit this thing out and make sure everything goes smoothly. Let me give you some information when it comes to the airline hotlines. As we know, as we are gathering more information about the planes that have crashed, and we all witnessed it in some of the devastating video, some of the information is changing as to what airlines were going where. But we do know 2 American airline flights and 2 United flights have crashed. 3 of those 4 flights were headed to LAX. So if you think you have a loved one on one of those flights, here are a couple of hotline numbers for you to call. 800-245-0999. That's the American Airlines hotline number, 800-245-0999. And the United Airlines hotline number is 800-932-8555. 800-932-8555. And the LA Safety Hotline. This is when you have any questions when it comes to emergency concerns, security concerns going on across Southern California, or LA specifically, 888-356-4661. 888-356-4661. We also received some word that the Navy from the Pentagon has called all Navy personnel to please come in and report. Obviously, they are on their heightened alert too, so if you are within earshot of me and you are in the Navy, you're asked to be reporting. Latin Grammys, they were supposed to happen tonight at the Forum. They have been postponed or canceled. If they are rescheduled, we'll let you know. And Sunday's Primetime Emmy Awards, which were to happen here in Los Angeles this Sunday, they have also been postponed. The date for them to actually happen has not been determined just yet. As soon as it is, we'll let you know. The LA subway system, the Metro MTA Red Line, if you're traveling via subway, it is open right now, but be aware they are anticipating closing that down as of 1 p.m. today. They hope to have it shut down only for about an hour while they check the approximately 17 miles of track to make sure the subway is safe, and then they hope to reopen it, but it's going to shut down as of 1 o'clock today, so you have about an hour and a half of subway left. Buses are running right now. If you're a sports fan, baseball games in Major League Baseball have been postponed or canceled. No baseball tonight. The U.S.-Mexico border was shut down for a little while. They reopened it, but they warn us that because of the heightened security measures that it is really bogged down. So if you anticipated crossing the border into Mexico, it's going to be slow going for you. I mentioned all the airports have been shut down. Los Angeles International Airport has been evacuated. A number of studios, in fact, most of the studios across Southern California, be it TV shows, movie studios, and group tours, they have all been shut down as well. Once again, we are anticipating a press conference from Sheriff Lee Baca. He's going to be joining us from the Los Angeles County Emergency Operations Center in East LA. That's coming up shortly. Governor Gray Davis is going to join us live as well with some statements from the state capitol, and Mayor Jim Hahn is going to join us live from Washington, D.C. Do we have information yet on the airline flights? I'm going to talk to my producer. Okay, we're going to hold off on that. What I think we're going to do right now is we anticipate getting back to those press conferences because that's probably going to have some important information in regards to you and how you conduct your day today. As soon as those press conferences happen, we're going to bring that to you live. In the meantime, why don't we join the network back live and see what more information that they have, and we'll see you right here live from the Eyewitness Newsroom in just a little while.
Appreciate your time, Senator John McCain of Arizona, who knows a lot about violence, and many people in the country will think knows a lot about leadership as well. Former presidential candidate, often talking about doing it, or often considered to be doing it again. Claire Shipman is in Washington. Claire, where's Mr. Bush?
Well, Peter, we have a little bit of news on that front. As you know, he is in the air again on his way somewhere from Shreveport, Louisiana. We have been told by sources that he will not be coming to Washington. He is going to make another stop at an undisclosed secure location so that he can talk to people from there on the ground. His security team can assess just how safe it is back here in Washington. As you mentioned earlier, that there must be great political pressure for him to get back to Washington. These sources confirm just that. The political team wants him back home. He wants to come back home. His security team does not feel it is safe right now. They do think, though, and they're guessing right now, that he might be able to get back at some point this evening. But again, he's got at least one more stop. Another interesting point along those lines.
Hold on, one more stop?
One more stop between Shreveport and Washington. He's on his way now, we're told, to another undisclosed location that his security team considers secure. They won't tell us where it is, obviously.
But do we know? So in other words, this one more stop is another security stop dictated by the Secret Service?
Indeed it is, and we would be guessing if we talked about another Air Force base or something of the kind, but they have a number of stops, and I'm told this one is not anywhere in the direction of Washington, that they have a number of places they can take him.
Let me ask you this. Have you heard any mention whatsoever of the possibility the president will come to New York?
No, there was a rumor to that effect earlier, Peter, but that was shot down, and my sources tell me he is not going anywhere near New York right now. That situation would create chaos that New York just doesn't need at this point.
Absolutely.
They've also told us that their full security plan is in effect. They do have the House and Senate leadership out of town. Condoleezza Rice is the only senior official remaining at the White House, and she will remain at the White House to try to coordinate efforts from there. Mrs. Bush has also been spirited away. She was on Capitol Hill this morning set to address Congress. She's been taken to an undisclosed location. Peter.
Now, there was some mention that there was some mention of the fact that the United Airlines aircraft that crashed east to southeast of Pittsburgh may have been, in fact, going in the direction of Camp David. Had you heard that?
I heard that, as you did. My security sources don't know anything about that, so we haven't been able to confirm anything along those lines.
Then we'll leave it alone. Claire, thanks very much. We'll come back to you as soon as we know where the president is going to go next. Seems a little bit strange. Pierre Thomas, working the phones on the FBI. What have you got, Pierre?
Well, one of the first things that they are focused on, obviously, is the injured, but The next priority is to get to Dulles International Airport, which they are, and Boston